Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a short video going over something in regarding to the grading that I've just been doing over Essay 1. I apologize that I didn't get that back to you sooner. I had a lot of sickness a few weeks ago, so I was a bit behind on my grading. But I just wanted to address something to those of you who got an email recently. I sent out, rather than grading your essay, I sent an email out to about half of the class regarding the need to resubmit your essay one. And I'll be doing that on essay two here as well soon, much quicker, hopefully. I will be going through and making sure that you don't need to resubmit your essay two. And the reason that you got this email, and there were various variations of it. I'll show you kind of the standard email that I sent out to a few of you, and then some variations to some of the rest of you. But it was basically because I could not confirm the existence of some of your quotes. Now, if you look at our essay one assignment sheet, and as well as the essay two and three assignment sheets, you will see that there is a requirement that I provide you with, or that you provide me with the quotes. So give me just a moment here. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Okay, so here is the correct screen you should now be seeing. And if you look down at this paragraph right here, it's about the requirement of accurate quotes. And I wanted to kind of show you what I meant by that in case there was any confusion based on looking at the different samples of assignments that I've given you. So if we look here, your process grade 5 sample from Essay 1, it had the different sources that you needed to have. Two of them are stories from the textbook. Those are your primary sources. You should be using this textbook right here or the electronic version of it. And then also, you are required to have two sources from the Roane State Community College databases, and that's these two examples right here. Um, I should see some entries on your works cited that resemble all of these. I should see two sources or two or three that are stories from the textbook on essay one, or with essay two, it should be poems from the textbook, or um, you might have them from some other places as well. We went over that in the last video, but here's how you cite stuff from our textbook. It has the author's name, the story name, the textbook name, the editor's name, the edition, the publisher, the date of publication, and then the particular pages in our textbook. That's the works cited entry. And then you will also have worksite entries for items from our library databases, which again, let me bring up. If you are on the Roane State web page, if you go to A to Z, go to L for libraries, go to the research guides, go to English, and it will show you, if you scroll down here, the four major databases that you might use. JSTOR, Literature Resource Center, Humanities Full Text, and Academic OneFile. Those are the four databases that you should probably use for any of your essays, finding sources for your essays. Now, with that said, what happens when I grade your paper? And how do you make sure that you don't get that email about sources that can't be found or quotes that can't be found, and how do you fix it if you do get that email. So the first thing I do when I look at your paper is I look at the works cited. So here's an example works cited. And I look at all of the sources that come from places other than our textbook. And I'll try to click on the link. Sometimes the links don't work. Like this one right here has not been working for me, probably because I made this sample 2 years ago and the link probably doesn't work. But I do know it's from JSTOR because if I look uh, at the entry, it has given me enough information. Even though the link doesn't work, I can see that it came from JSTOR. So there's where I'm going to go look. I'm going to go back to JSTOR. And here I am in the database. I'm going to go back now to that works cited page. And I'm going to copy and paste the title into JSTOR, the title and the author into JSTOR. If I search, there it is. I can click on that article and it will give me a PDF of that article, which means I can, if I'm citing the source, I can find any page number of it. And I'm not talking about this page number up here where it's, 2 out of 200, 2 out of 22. I'm wanting to see that page 446. That's what I'm looking for. So now I know that this source exists. And if I'm reading your essay, and so I'm going to use this process grade 4 example here. This is a body paragraph. Now, it's got a few things that you wouldn't have in the actual essay, like the bold and italic stuff here. That's not for the essay itself, but we're just pretending this is an essay. And I see Argyro here, and I see in parentheses here, it identifies the pages. And so I'm looking now for Emily May B. Faulkner's most uncanny and enigmatic figure. I'm wanting to make sure that that quote exists. It's supposed to be on page 445. Well, I pulled up the article. So now I'm going to go to page 445 and I am going to be looking for, and right there it is. There is the quote. I looked at page 445, which is what this page number is right here, because this is page 446. So 445 is the one right above it. And I was looking for Emily May B. Faulkner's most uncanny and enigmatic figure. I'm looking for that quote. And so here I have it. I have confirmed that that quote exists. And I do that for all of the quotes that you may use. That's part of writing literary analysis is that you quote the scholarship of others. You quote from your text, you quote from the scholarship of others. And so I will be looking for the quotes and making sure they exist. And if you do not give me the proper works cited information, or if you just don't include the parenthetical citations, like this right here, parenthetical citation, parenthetical citation. Even with the textbook, I need a parenthetical citation. This tells me I can look on page 47 of my textbook, and I will be able to find the quote that is a sort of respectful affection for a fallen monument. And I'm looking in my textbook here, and it is right there. I found it. And that's because the proper parenthetical citation exists. So some of you may have forgotten to put your parenthetical citation. You've got a quote. Maybe you've put in the last name of the author, but you didn't give me the page number, or you just didn't put a parenthetical citation at all. If that's the case, I'm asking you to resubmit before I grade it, because otherwise I'm going to have to grade it as is. And then after I grade as is, I subtract 30 points from the overall grade. I'd rather not do that. That's in the instructions of the SA1. I'm just wanting to be able to identify your quotes. And you should be, for this essay as well as the others, you should be quoting from the textbook as well as from sites from our databases. And I should be able to find pretty easily the sources that you have used. Be sure and if you got an email about SA1, then respond to that. If you got a grade already on SA1, then you're good to go. But if you got an email from me, then you will need to address what I asked you to do in that email. Resubmit your essay, which you can do via email, and I will gladly grade it. And then that will not count as a revision. You'll still have the opportunity of a revision as well. So that's that regarding the emails I've been sending out. I hopefully there won't be quite as many for SA2. In SA3, do be aware that you don't have to necessarily use the databases. You can use online sources, which might include videos or podcasts. But if you use them in the parenthetical citation, I will need to see a timestamp. So let me know if you have any questions, but I hope that this video would kind of answer some questions that many of you may have. But I need, when I'm looking at a works cited page, and I noticed this when I was doing your process grade 5 a few weeks ago. Some of you may have gotten a question about where are your secondary sources because you didn't have sources from the databases that were like these that were in your sample. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for works cited entries from your textbook, works cited entries from your databases. They should all be alphabetized, whichever they are. So they will probably be mixed together. These four just happen to be, two of them are in front of the others, but that's what I'm looking for. So wanted to kind of make a video to hopefully address some questions. So if you have any, please still have some, please send me an email. But otherwise, I look forward to those of you who didn't get great on SA1 on resubmitting that to me. Thank you.